Welcome everybody, Mike here. So last night I'm watching YouTube, going down the old rabbit hole of car videos, and one after the other I can see it. The car market is in trouble, right? New car sales in trouble. The lots are filled. They can't move the units. Prices are way too high, 30 to 40% over what they should be. The car manufacturers are in trouble. GM is in trouble. Ford, my goodness, they're delaying their EVs. They're losing money. Stellantis, forget it. They're 21% off of LY. Their numbers are down. Toyota's having trouble with their Tacomas and Tundras. Whoa. The car market is insane. It's a buyer's market. Everybody get out there and buy, right? Have you seen those videos? Do you think they're true? Or are we kind of just going crazy here? Let's find out. So let's look at the car market in a little bit more detail, shall we? So yeah, we can see that there's cars on the lot. The lots are pretty full, especially with Dodge, Ram, all the Stellantis. They're pretty loaded. Ford, they got enough cars on the lot. You can search for yourself. GM has plenty to choose from. Toyota, their lots are still a little light, but much more variety than what it used to be. And we're having no trouble walking into a dealership saying, I'm looking for a vehicle. We have one here. Not a problem. We don't have to wait months. We're not paying, well, most of us aren't paying those crazy market adjustments for vehicles. Everything's good to go, right? So why are we paying these crazy prices? Why are these people on YouTube saying that there's a crisis in the car industry? They show us the lots that are filled with vehicles. They're telling us that the car industry isn't doing well and prices should be coming down, right? Well, I haven't seen prices coming down. Yeah, you're going to get some aggressive incentives out there on last year's model. Actually, prices are going up in 2025. So I don't get it. I don't get why the craziness out there of the car market crashing. Let's just go over a few numbers. If we look at, for example, Ford, for the second quarter, they are up they did $177.4 billion in revenue just for the second quarter. Their earnings were almost $4 billion. That's slightly down. And I believe that's because of their reinvesting in the EV market, which we'll get to in a little bit, as well as higher labor costs. But their revenue is actually up year over year. GM, same thing. For the second quarter, $178 billion, that's B with a billion dollars, just for the second quarter. They're up from last year. Their earnings were at $11 billion, which again is slightly off from last year. But again, they're investing, they still have higher labor costs, and they are a bit more aggressive on their incentives. So a little less money being made, but still, I mean, they're above last year. So Nissan, they're at $26.4 billion in revenue, which is slightly up. And of course, we see the videos out there. We see everything with Nissan that dealers are rejecting the manufacturer's allotment for their lots. They're incentivizing the dealers to take more delivery. I understand that, and that may have just slightly increased their volume a little bit, but still, it is up. Let's go to Toyota. Now, Toyota had a phenomenal year. They are up in the second quarter by over 9% to LY. I don't have the exact graph that you can see on the other ones, but they are up for the first half of this year, first and second quarter, over 14%. That's including with all the troubles they're having with their trucks. So they're up. Now Stellantis, that's the big one, yes. They are down 21% in revenue, and they're having a bit of a problem. And of course, a big part of that problem is they want to market their vehicles as a premium vehicle. So they're kind of like moving in on Mercedes and BMW and Lexus, things like that. Those customers aren't going to look at your Dodge, your Ram, any Stellantis vehicle as a premium vehicle. They've got a problem and they need to fix it with pricing. As far as the electric market, let's get into that a little bit. The EV market. I see everybody on YouTube, hey, EV sales are down. Nobody wants to buy EVs anymore, right? They're having problems. Charging stations aren't what they are. They have range anxiety. People are trading in their electric vehicles for the ICE vehicle. I'm hearing it all over YouTube, just like you guys are. Well, the facts are the facts. And if we look here, EV sales in the second quarter are actually up as compared to the first quarter. And if we go year over year, they're up significantly. EV sales are climbing, maybe not at the rate that everybody thought they would, but EV sales are climbing. In fact, Kia and Hyundai are reporting, I think it's just Kia, is reporting over a 50% increase in their EV sales thanks to the EV6 and the EV9. Hyundai is reporting an increase in their EV sales. Tesla, not so much, but that's to be expected. With all the competition out there and the major manufacturers getting in on the EV market, I would think Tesla should expect a little bit of hit in their revenue as well. And that's turning out to be true. But the EV market on a whole is actually climbing year over year. So what's going on? Why are these lots filled to capacity? Why are some dealers rejecting? Why are they rejecting their allotment from the manufacturer? Well, I'll tell you why. It's not because of the volume of cars being built. Cars and trucks are being built at a pace that, rivals just before the pandemic hit. What's happening is people out there, like the average Joe, the average Jane, are spending more per car than they ever did before. That's just a fact. So the units are up there. They may be, I don't have the unit count, but they may be selling, yes, less units, but 20 to 30 to 40% over what they were selling just a few years ago. So the revenue is up. They're making their money, and to be frank, it's us consumers that are driving the market the way it is. It's our fault. We want what we want, and we're going to go out there, we're going to borrow what we can, we're going to do everything we can to get that car with all the bells and whistles. We don't want the base model anymore. We want these electric gizmos in the car, the sunroof, the heated seats. American consumers want that, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to pay for it. And it's going to hurt us. It's going to hurt us in the end. I remember when the average car, just a few years ago was between, $300 to $400 a month. Now, forget it. It's $600, $700, $800 a month for that same car. And the consumers out there, they're not making much more money than they did just a few years ago. What they're doing is they're taking a longer term loan. So maybe a few years ago we took a 4, 5, maybe even a 6-year loan. Now loans are 7, 8, 9, even 10 years on some new vehicles. How is paying for a new vehicle for 9 or 10 years cost effective? You're paying for a hunk of metal that's going to depreciate near nothing, and you're still paying $700, $800 a month because it's the car you want, right? And that's the problem with us consumers. And it's driving the market, and as long as we keep buying, that price is going to go up and up and up. And that's true because we know that prices right now are ridiculous. The car market knows it's ridiculous. The dealers know it's ridiculous. The manufacturers know it's ridiculous. So what's happening? Let's raise the price a little bit more in 2025. And we'll see if the consumers actually pay for it. If they do, well, what do you think is going to happen in 2026? It's going to go up again. It's going to keep going up steadily until us consumers say enough is enough. We're not buying your overpriced rolling hunk of metal until you can make your price more reasonable. We're not going to pay $1,000 a month. We're not going to pay $1,200 a month. We're not going to pay $800 a month. And the bank, their problems too. Within the next couple years, I'm sure we're going to see the first 12-year auto loan because prices are going to be crazy. Well, that's all I have for you folks. And don't believe everything you hear on YouTube about the car market crashing, because they are as healthy as they ever been, with a few exceptions. Thank you everybody for watching. That's all I have for you today. And of course, as always, have a wonderful day. Thank you.